warm welcome to the AI with Arun show. In this episode, we are discussing an internal strategy that's fundamentally redefining the future of work. Amazon's internally documented ambition to automate 75% of its operational processes signals a profound shift in corporate strategy. The focus is moving from labor optimization, meaning making human workers more productive, to labor avoidance, which means circumventing the need to hire human workers in the first place. This shift is rooted in an aggressive financial mandate. The strategy is projected to save the company $12.6 billion between 2025 and 2027. The saving is not primarily from mass layoffs, but from preemptive labor avoidance by circumventing the need to hire an estimated 160,000 US warehouse workers. The investment is calculated down to the unit level, targeting a saving of approximately 30 cents per item processed. This confirms that the long-term stability and productivity of capital investments are now seen as superior to the variable costs of human labor in high-volume logistics. Looking further out, internal projections suggest that sustained commitment to robotics could eventually prevent the need to hire up to 600,000 workers by 2033. The automation rollout includes a deliberate strategy for public perception management. Internal documents reveal a plan for lexical engineering, which means actively avoiding politically charged terms like automation and AI. Weak substitutes like advanced technology were explored. Furthermore, the terms robot was suggested to be replaced by cobot to imply human machine collaboration, which means reduce internal resistance and potentially softens the ground against legislative threats like a robot tax. Mitigation also includes cultivating an image as a good corporate citizen through public relations efforts like community projects and local events. Publicly, Amazon spokespersons maintained that the leaked documents reflect only one team's perspective, citing plans to fill 250,000 positions for the holiday season as counter evidence of a shift away from hiring. Now let's understand the technology stack. Amazon's 75% automation goal requires a complex, integrated technology stack that moves beyond simple machinery to embrace flexible, agentic AI systems. This means that the AI can act with a degree of autonomy. Physical automation involves systems like Sequoia, which combines mobile robots, robotic arms, and gantry systems to transport inventory directly to an employee's workstation. Other systems like the Proteus and the Blue Jay move freely through the warehouse, replacing human physical tasks to achieve superior efficiency and speed. Crucially, these advanced systems are designed with ergonomics in mind, presenting inventory within an employee's power zone to reduce repetitive reaching or squatting, which are common causes of injury. The most disruptive component is cognitive automation, like integration of AI into supervisory and planning tasks. DeepFleet is a suite of AI models trained on massive robot movement data to coordinate and plan the complex logistics of large-scale mobile robot fleets, replacing manual planning. Project Eluna is a agentic AI designed to reason through complex operational situations, anticipate bottlenecks, and proactively recommend actions to human operators. Now, this simultaneous automation of low skill physical labor and mid skill cognitive labor creates a dual compression, effectively hollowing out the middle skill jobs that have historically served as career ladder in logistics. Amazon's strategy is forcing competitors to accelerate their own technology investment, but along two bifurcated strategic pathways. So let's look at both of them. On one side, you have FedEx, which has deep automation. FedEx is following a strategy of capital intensive parallelism. Its DRIVE program targets $4 billion in structural cost reductions by 2027. The company has already automated over 40% of its sortation operations and uses AI for network planning and routing, mirroring Amazon's heavy capital investment approach. Walmart, on the other hand, uses a decentralized augmentation strategy. It leverages its massive network of 4,600 plus physical stores as fulfillment hubs. For last mile delivery, Walmart relies heavily on variable cost solutions, primarily employing the gig economy through its Spark app and other carriers like DoorDash, minimizing the need for proprietary capital expenditure on centralized automation. Now, this split means the future logistics workforce will be divided between high skilled professionals maintaining automated mega centers, the Amazon and the FedEx style, and a large pool of low wage, high volatility gig workers performing local manual delivery, the Walmart style. But to understand the economy wide impact, we use the Acemoglu Restrepo task based framework. Now, this framework explains how technology, particularly automation, affects jobs and wages through balancing and between two opposing forces, displacement and reinstatement. It moves beyond older ideas that assume that technology will always benefit workers and instead focuses on how technology changes the specific tasks that make up production. The Acemoglu Restrepo framework centers on how production tasks are allocated between capital, the machines, and labor, the humans. So let's understand displacement versus reinstatement. The displacement effect is when capital substitutes for labor in existing tasks. So Amazon's goal of avoiding 160,000 hires by 2027 is an example of accelerating displacement. This effect consistently reduces the labor share of value and places severe downward pressure on future wages. The reinstatement effect is the counterbalance, the creation of entirely new tasks where human labor has a comparative advantage. Examples include managing new AI systems or performing complex non routine service. The problem is that in recent decades, the reinstatement effect has been comparatively weaker than displacement, meaning fewer new jobs are being created than old ones are being displaced. While Amazon's automation yields higher productivity, like the 30 cents per item saving that we spoke about earlier, the displacement effect means that these economic benefits are disproportionately captured by capital owners, not the labor. Now, here's an important part. This is the productivity paradox in labor share, where increasing corporate efficiency coexists with intensifying economic disparity. The technological transition is rapidly generating demand for a novel skill set based on human machine collaboration. Now, these are roles centered on strategy, ethics, and communication, not traditional coding skills. So, your new job titles include prompt engineers. Now, these guys translate abstract business objectives into precise instructions for large language models, requiring logical thinking and creative writing abilities. AI ethics specialists and compliance managers, they oversee the responsible, bias-free, and legal deployment of agentic AI systems like the Project Eluna and DeepFleet. Then human-machine matchmakers. These roles facilitate the seamless integration of AI-augmented processes and manage the organizational adaptation to continuous technological change. The challenge is that these high level cognitive and ethical skills are not easily taught using traditional vocational standards, creating a severe talent bottleneck for the reinstatement jobs. What does it mean from a policy and from a structural solutioning standpoint? The scale of corporate automation demands a critical re-evaluation of traditional policy responses. Traditional worker retraining programs struggle because, let's be honest, the rapid pace of AI means specific vocational skills taught today will become obsolete tomorrow. Furthermore, they struggle to effectively teach the high level cognitive, ethical, and strategic skills needed for the new human AI collaboration roles. Let's look at the tax system. The current tax system has an inherent bias. When companies replace a human with a machine, they save significantly on labor related taxes such as payroll and income tax deductions. So, Amazon's projected $12.6 billion in labor savings represents a massive prospective depletion of the tax base. The goal of an automation tax or related reform is to achieve tax neutrality and revenue neutrality, ensuring the tax base is stable regardless of the automation rate to support social adjustment costs. Policymakers must look at solutions that fundamentally redefine the relationship between work and economic output. Universal Basic Income (UBI) is gaining traction as a financial safety net for the underemployed, allowing security to pursue new skills. The other thing to think about is reducing the standard work week to 32 hours without a loss in pay. This is another proposal to distribute the remaining necessary labor more broadly across the population. Navigating this transition requires action from both the public and the private sectors. For policymakers, what does it mean? Mandate labor or mandate task based labor monitoring. The government should require major employers to report annually on the percentage of tasks automated, which is the displacement effect we spoke about earlier, versus the percentage of tasks newly created, which is the reinstatement effect. Now, this provides the granular data needed for responsive policy. Public investments must shift towards foundational, non technical skills like ethical reasoning, strategy systems, and analysis, and creative problem solving. Governments must prioritize tax reform to correct the inherent bias favoring capital investment over human labor employment. Now, for corporate leaders, what does it mean? Corporations should reinvest a significant percentage of labor savings into internal transition programs, prioritizing current staff for the new collaborative roles. They should move beyond strategic lexical ambiguity, like a cobot, and embed ethical reasoning and bias mitigation directly into AI systems with dedicated oversight specialists. They must continue investment in systems like Sequoia that link productivity gains with improved worker ergonomics and safety, and ensuring the remaining human roles are safer and injury mitigated. Now, Amazon's blueprint represents more than corporate efficiency. It's a structural redefinition of the relationship between capital, labor, and productivity. Success in this AI augmented economy requires moving beyond reactive job matching to proactive wealth distribution and labor redefinition, using frameworks like UBI and reduced work weeks to manage the transition. The ultimate question is not whether automation will transform work, but whether we will transform our policies and institutions to ensure the productivity gains benefit society broadly. What do you think is the right thing to do? With that, we come to the end of the show. Please support our work by joining us as a member. All you have to do is click join below this video. And if you learned anything on this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the AI with Arun show. Thank you so much for watching.